Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we will be working on something super fun and super simple, and if you have been in any of my live streams recently or if you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen this super cute and simple vest, and many of you absolutely loved it, and some of you also asked for a tutorial. So this is basically what we are going to do today, and I can promise you that this is going to be a super fun project, especially if you are a beginner, or also if you're looking for something just to keep your hands busy for a couple of hours. And else, if you have some scrap yarn, then this is a perfect opportunity for you to use it up. And actually, for creating this vest, I was using a super fun yarn. Here is the brand, and if you look at the yarn itself, you can see that it's kind of like a cord type of thing. Unfortunately, I don't have enough. These two skeins are not enough. I would need at least one more, but then I realized that I have a lot of yarn already in this bag. Some of it is scrap yarn from previous projects, such as these three colors, but then I have loads of other different colors, and I thought that this would be a nice opportunity to actually use it up, or at least try to use up the scrap pieces that I have. And since this yarn isn't as thick as this one, I thought that it would be fun to actually connect two pieces of yarn together to get the thickness that I want and to create something super funky and super fun. So that's what we are going to do. But if you don't have the same yarn in the same thickness, you're welcome to use whatever you wish. I have already seen some of you creating some fun vests by using the materials that you have and just doing some adjustments. So you're more than welcome to do that, and I will make sure that I'm explaining everything in as much detail as possible so you're able to do the adjustments that you want. But now, without further ado, let's jump into it. Here are the materials that I will be using. Here I have some bulky yarn in multiple colors, and just in case if you're wondering, here is the exact brand that I will be using and some more specs here. And as I mentioned before, I will basically be tying two pieces of yarn together just to increase the thickness, but otherwise you're more than welcome to use whatever type of yarn you wish, and the same also applies for the crochet hook. So for this project I will be using 15mm hook, but if you're going with thinner yarn, you're more than welcome to, of course, adjust it. And we will also need scissors at the very end. And to begin, our first step is to do a slip knot, and for that I normally grab my yarn like this, then I twist it to create a cross shape like this, and then I go through this loop, grab yarn and pull it through to create a knot and a bigger loop like this. And then we can grab our crochet hook and pull it through this loop, and also adjust the size of this loop so it actually fits our hook like that. So now we can proceed further, and we will basically have to do some chains, and the amount of chains has to be measured over your shoulder to make sure that we are giving the length that is needed to cover one side of your body, the shoulder part, and also the other side of your body. So to do a chain, you just have to yarn over and then pull it through the loop that you had on your hook like this. So this is one chain, and then we are just proceeding further with doing the following one like this. So just keep on going and create the amount of chains that is needed for you, and in my case I will be doing 50 chains in total. And once you are done with your chains, just make sure to measure the fit to ensure that they are in the right length and cover front and back side of your body. And if you wish, you're welcome to do more chains to create the back side a little bit longer. Then once you're done with doing all your chains, we can proceed further with working on the first row. And throughout this project, we will actually be doing half double crochet stitches. And to begin working on the first row, we just have to skip the last two chains, so 1 and 2, and then starting from this third one, this is where we are going to place in our first half double crochet stitch. And to do a half double crochet, you just have to yarn over, then go through this chain, then grab yarn and pull it up to have 3 loops on your hook, then yarn over again and pull through all 3 loops like this. So this is one half double crochet, and then we are just continuing by repeating this and placing one half double crochet stitch inside every chain that we have here. And just continue doing that until you reach the end of this row. Here I am done with the first row, and this is how it looks. So now we can continue with the next one. And to begin, we just first have to chain 2, so 1 and 2. And then once that's done, we can turn our work and we can proceed working with the second row. And the process for this is going to be the same. We are again yarning over and placing half double crochets in the following stitches like this. So here I have added few already, so just keep on repeating this and add 1 half double crochet inside each stitch until you reach the end of this row. And here I have completed also the second row, and this is how it looks. And feel free to try on or measure the fit as you are adding new rows. And in total for myself, I will be doing approximately 8 rows for this one side until it's completely covered and it feels comfortable when trying to connect it on the side of my body. And now to proceed with adding new rows, we basically just have to repeat the process that we had for the second row. So we are starting with chaining 2, then we are turning our work, and in every stitch that we have, we are just placing 1 half double crochet. So just keep on repeating this process that we had for the second row and add as many rows as it's needed for your size. And here I have done 8 rows in total, and as you can tell when I try it on, it comfortably covers front and back of my body, as well as I would be able to connect sides of this panel. So now when we are proceeding further with the 9th row, which would basically be our middle row, we will also be leaving some chains here exactly in the middle of this panel to have space for our neck. And in my case, I will be leaving 12 chains or 12 stitches in total. And as I said, I will be doing that exactly in the middle of this panel. However, if you want for this vest to have kind of like a flap here in the back, you are more than welcome to kind of like leave your skipped stitches a little bit earlier and then have a longer panel for the back. However, in my case, I will just be doing the neckline exactly in the middle, and therefore first I'm starting by doing 18 half double crochets. So I'm just counting along as I'm doing these stitches, and then I will meet you again once I have done 18 of them. And now here I have done 18 stitches in total, so now I have reached basically the middle of this panel where I will be working on the neckline. And for that I will be leaving a space of 12 stitches. So for that we just have to chain 12 and skip 12 stitches. So here I'm just starting to work on my chains. And now here I have done 12 chains in total for the neckline, and because we did these 12 chains, we also have to skip 12 stitches for this neckline. So here, starting from the last stitch that we did, we just have to count 12 stitches here from the previous row.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
So here we have 12 stitches, and then inside this 13th one, we are placing our first stitch or first half double crochet after the chains that we just did. So I'm just adding it here like this, and with that we have established here a space for our neck. And then afterwards, once we have connected it here together on the 13th stitch, in my case at least, then we are just continuing further with completing the rest of this row. And in total, since I placed this neckline exactly in the middle, in total we should have 18 remaining stitches here after the neckline. And as you are adding this neckline, make sure to try it on to measure the fit to ensure that it's not too small and not too big, and most importantly that your head fits through it. And now that we are done with adding this middle row and we have also added the neckline, the next step for us is that we basically just have to add the same amount of rows that we did on this side also here for the other side. And here I have already started to work on this 10th row here, and basically the process is the same. In my case, I have to add 8 rows in total for this side. And now that I have reached the neckline here, the only difference really is that here I just have to add my stitches inside chains instead of adding them in the stitches. But it only applies here, and the rest of the rows will be the same as before. So now here I have done all the rows also for the other side, and this is how it looks on me once I'm trying it on. So now the next step would be to actually connect the sides together by leaving only space for the armhole. And for that, here I have already already turned this side that I want to connect, and in total we will be doing here 14 slip stitches, and then the rest of the stitches here will be left for the armhole. And to begin, here I have my loop that I still have on my hook after finalizing the last row, and in this case we will just continue by looping this loop through the other side here, and right away we will proceed further with the slip stitches. So for that, first I just go through this chain here on the other side and grab this loop and just loop it through like this. So in this way we are kind of attaching these two sides together, and then after that we can proceed further with doing slip stitches. And for that I'm just turning my work like this, and now we can begin. And to do a slip stitch, in this case we will basically just go through this stitch here on this side, and then also through the stitch on the other side like this. Then after that we are just grabbing yarn and pulling it through both stitches, and then also pulling it through the loop that we have on our hook like this. And once that's done, we have connected these two stitches together, and after that we are just proceeding with the next stitch. So going through here, then also on the stitch on the other side, grabbing yarn and pulling it through the stitches, and also pulling it through the loop that we have on our hook like this. And basically now we just have to do 14 slip stitches in total, which is in my case, but if you wish, you're more than welcome to do more slip stitches and connect more stitches together. But just make sure to measure that you're leaving enough space for the armhole so your arm can actually go through it. And now here I have done 14 slip stitches in total, and here is our armhole. And now that this is done, we can fasten off. And for that I normally just chain one like this, then I make this loop a little bit longer, and I grab my scissors and cut off yarn here like this. And then as it's cut off, we can pull this loose end and tighten it in a secure knot like this. So now this side is connected, and basically we just have to do the same thing also for the other side. And you would basically just have to attach yarn here in the corners of both of these rows, and then proceed further with doing slip stitches, 14 in total, just to make sure that you do and leave equal amount of stitches for this armhole here as well. So just proceed with doing that. And here I have also connected the other side, so this is how it looks. And now that this is done, we can proceed further with weaving in all of these loose ends, and we will do it here on this side, since this is basically our inner side because of this connection part. And for that I normally just use a crochet hook. In this case it's easier for me to go with a smaller hook, and I just go through stitches in this back side and grab yarn and weave it through them. And just make sure to do the same with all the loose ends that you have. And if you wish, you can also add a border here at the bottom of this vest, and for that I have turned my work with the right side facing outwards. And first I would be attaching yarn here in the corner, or basically on the side, and for that I just go through with my crochet hook through one of the stitches or loops that we have here on this side, and just looping it through and making a secure knot to make sure that this yarn actually stays here. And for this border I will basically be doing shell stitches, which is a nice and simple way to add a cute border. And for that I first pull up a loop like this, and then our next step is to chain 3. So 1, 2 and 3, and this chain of 3 is going to count as 1 double crochet, so just keep that in mind. And then after that we just have to place 4 more double crochets here inside the same space, and for that we have to yarn over, then go through this same stitch, then grab yarn and pull it up to have 3 loops on our hook, and then yarn over and go through the first 2 like this, yarn over again and go through the next 2 like that. So this is 1 double crochet, and now in this space we just have to add 3 more. And so now here technically I have 5 stitches, and after that the next step is that we are skipping this row that we have here, and then in the following one we are adding 1 single crochet. So for that I'm just going through the stitch, grabbing yarn and pulling it up to have 2 loops on my hook, and then yarning over and going through both of them like this. So this is 1 single crochet, and then after that we are again skipping 1 row, and then in the following we are adding 5 double crochets. So I'm going to go through this space here and just adding 5 double crochet stitches in there. And here I have done 5 double crochets again, and after that we are again skipping 1 row, and then in the next we are placing 1 single crochet like this. So this is basically the process that you have to keep on repeating if you want to add a border like this, and just go all the way around until you reach this point where we started, and that's where I'm going to meet you back again so we can connect this border together. And now here I have gone all the way around and completed this border, so now we just want to connect it together. And for that, here I will be just going through the 3rd chain from the very beginning and doing a slip stitch to connect these parts together like this. And then after that we can fasten off, and for that I'm just chaining 1, making my loop a little bit longer, and then grabbing scissors and cutting off yarn. And then as it's cut off, again we are just tightening in a secure knot like this. So now our vest is finalized and the border is added, so just make sure to also weave in all of the remaining loose ends that you have. And here is the finished vest, and this is how it looks on me, and I think the final outcome turned out to be super cute and cozy. So that was basically it from me today. I hope you had fun and enjoyed following along this chunky little project, and keep in mind that you can customize it in whatever way you wish. You can use any sort of materials that you want. You can make it longer, shorter, more fitted, even chunkier, add different borders, like it's totally up to you. And this project is also perfect for any scrap yarn that you might have, but otherwise just go wild and create all sorts of creations that you wish. And if you do manage to recreate this vest, then just feel free to share your creations with me, tag me in your posts. I'm always super happy to see what you are creating. And if you did enjoy this video, then please give me a big thumbs up, and if you're new to my channel, then please subscribe, and I will see you later. And if you would like to support my work, then just feel free to join my membership here on YouTube, and I would truly appreciate it. But for now, goodbye, and I will see you later.